Welcome back to Mindflix, another shower thoughts video. If you don't know what they are, you'll soon get the idea. Have you ever noticed that you can't increase or decrease the volume in your head? I can't tell if this means it's the perfect volume or we're flawed. Probably the latter. I mean, while we sleep, our brain makes up stories and then gets scared of them. I thought we were on the same team. In our nightmares, our brain creates a scenario where we fall from a building. But how does it do that or know how it feels if we've never fallen off a building before? It's powerful enough to generate its own reality in dreams. Yet, when we're awake, it doesn't even have enough power to remember why we walked into a room. Today is the oldest you've ever been, but also the youngest you'll ever be. Sometimes you gotta stop and appreciate every minute, or else the future will fly right by. I mean, last night my friend asked to use a USB port to charge his cigarette, but I was using it to charge my book. The future is stupid. Maybe we gotta freeze time instead. If you think about it, headphones are really just virtual reality for our ears. We just have to wait for the visuals to catch up. Then I can restart life completely. For real though, it's crazy. In the future, someone will probably use "I thought I was still in VR" as a criminal defense. Okay, maybe not, but I wouldn't put it past Florida man. Airports. Somehow one of humans' greatest inventions have turned into one of the most boring experiences of our life. They have every type of commercial property you can think of inside. Coffee shops, shoe stores, food stores, but not one has a small cinema showcasing movies during layovers. Who designs these things? They would make a killing. If our age counted backwards, it'd be terrifying. You'd always know how many years you have left before it hits 0. And then you'll have that one guy who's born at 130 years. A story of being chosen from birth by your government to enter extreme military training based on your natural abilities is science fiction for humans. But isn't this what we do with dogs? We really do take dogs for granted now that I think of it. The person who would have become the greatest pianist probably never played. The greatest mind for science may never have been educated. The most naturally talented at something went through life not knowing or even realizing their potential to be world-class at something. This is why I always advocate for saying yes to any and every situation. You never know what you will like or be good at until you try. I just realized that whenever I hear a guy walks into a bar joke, I've been picturing the same bar my whole life. And if you're like me, you've been picturing Moe's Tavern from The Simpsons your whole life. I can already tell So Who's Driving is going to be the dad joke of the decade when self-driving cars become a thing. This is a bit darker, but did you know the iPhone X is more expensive than 2 humans in Libya? Man created the money, and now money buys the man. Every time I think about the black market, my mind always wanders back to the Harry Potter realm. Like, attractive celebrity witches or wizards could make a fortune selling snippets of their hair or nails for polyjuice potions. It could be used for so many things. People get worried about deepfakes, but polyjuice potions are literally real-life deepfakes. Someone could rob a bank in your body. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Here's a way to visualize the obscene display of the wealth some of the elites have. If you receive $100,000 every day, starting in year 0, in the year 3000, you would still have $500 million less than Bill Gates' current net worth. He literally has more money than the max limit in most video games. Everyone thinks aliens will attack Earth with no hesitation because that's what we've done in the past when discovering new land. Well, I mean, aliens did invade the moon on July 20th, 1969, but seriously, Do you think it's just human nature to be this violent and territorial? If it carries over galaxies, we could be in trouble. Lawyers hope you get sued. Doctors hope you get sick. Cops hope you're a criminal. Mechanics hope you have car trouble. But only a thief wishes prosperity for you. Well, temporary prosperity anyway. Alright, so I want to make this a typical segment. Just spitting some fast shower thoughts back to back. If you're too slow to understand one and rewind, you have to leave a like below. That's the rule. When you say forward or back, your lips move in those directions. Instead of colorizing photos, in 50 years we will be removing filters. People who are good-looking but have terrible personalities are basically real-life clickbaits. When people think about traveling to the past, they worry about accidentally changing the present. But no one in the present really thinks they can radically change the future. When you drink alcohol, you're just borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Gyms should have memberships where your fee goes down based on how often you go. If aliens come to Earth, we have to explain why we made dozens of movies in which we fight and kill them. This is a bit more complex, but one that always comes back to me. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 100,000 light-years long. Every singular light-year is about 9.5 trillion miles. Think about how perfectly the Earth is placed in the galaxy for Earth to be habitable in relation to the Sun. The Sun is 151 million kilometers away. If we were any closer, the Sun would fry the Earth, and any farther, it would be too cold. That would mean in the galaxy, in a straight line, you could fit 74,556,584,500,000 Earths in a row. But only a few could be habitable. And one of them is the one you're watching this video on. This might not be a shower thought, but I'ma leave it in because I always think about this when watching a TV show. Every time a character dies, I just feel bad for the actor who pretty much just got fired in front of us. Rest in peace, the black man who dies first in every horror show. Anyway, thanks for watching Mindflex. Consider subscribing to our Patreon in the description below.